After pressure from pests, weeds are probably the #1 thing that gardeners fight. Stay tuned. Today's episode, we're going to find out how to take your weed garden and make it weed free in only a few simple, cheap steps. Grab your coffee. Let's get started. Step 1, you're going to want to start saving those cardboard boxes you're getting in the mail, or get a ton of free ones from work like I do, and start peeling those labels and tape off.
All right, so as I mentioned earlier, I've prepped a lot of these boxes. There's still some tape on. I'm using these primarily in my pathways, so it's not necessary for me to remove all the tape. What I find is as the season goes on, as the boxes break down, the straw or hay starts to deteriorate, I'll see these sticking up through the hay, and I'll just pick them up, put them in my pocket. If you're putting it down on your beds, then you definitely want to pull that tape off and clean that up. You see, we're going to be putting all these face down so the cardboard's facing up. Just take them, spend a few minutes, and just peel the tape off. Comes off really easy. You want to make sure you're using regular cardboard, not the wax cardboard that some of the fruits and whatnot are shipped in. The wax won't break down nearly as readily as the cardboard will. So
now we're going to take that cardboard, we're going to open it up, lay it face down to where the plain cardboard side's facing up, and we're going to go along, put that along the edges in our garden. You can easily cut those boxes to length with a razor knife. Only a short amount of time. We'll have that laid out. You can see here I'm using a razor knife to easily cut the boxes into the shapes that I need and fill in those gaps. And you can do the same. Only takes a couple seconds, and things really start falling in place.
all right, folks, stop the clocks. We are done. So that literally took maybe 20 minutes. Maybe 20 minutes. So the next step is to come back. We're going to wet the entire area. That just helps the boxes settle, weights them down a little bit. So you can see the raised bed helps from the wind blowing them. Anything you need to cut to size, just use a razor knife, and that works perfectly. So there you go. I even had a couple boxes left over. I cannot stress enough how easy this is and how much of a huge improvement it makes to your garden.
Now the last step is strictly for cosmetic. You can use straw, hay, mulch, whatever you need to. It's basically just putting a layer on top of the cardboard just so it looks a little more appealing. Recommend using mulch or straw if you have it. Here I'm using hay, but understanding I've been doing this for years, so I understand the outcome. If you're going to use hay, just understand you're putting millions of grass seeds in your garden. So I take that into account, and it works out okay for me. I'm going to come back. I'm planning to come back on this garden and put some bricks here where I'm spreading the hay. So just understand that and know the options available to you. So finished results, absolutely 100% better in the garden. I'm not going to be fighting weeds. I'm not going to be weed eating every week. It only takes, this took me 20 minutes to do this garden. It cost me $10 in material, which was $5 per bale of hay. I used 1.5 bales. You can see there's the remaining half of the bale of hay I used. So highly recommend it. It even works on flower beds and looks great with mulch. Just do the same simple steps. Lay out your cardboard, come back with your mulch layer on top, and it absolutely looks amazing. It lasts for a long time and will get you amazing results. So enjoy. All right, folks, we're checking in after a good rain here. You can see how the garden looks. Much cleaner. After that hay's had a chance to settle down here. Quick and easy grass suppression.